What happened in Q3? What the hell went down? Let's talk Q4 goals. I've got my perfect drink. I've got my ambiance here. It's fall. I have been extremely burnt out. Being a creator, being an entrepreneur is such a long game. And what are we gonna do about it? Let's get some goal planning done. There's anything that is more perfect than this drink right now. I'm so excited to drink this. Yum, yum. Hello everyone. I am over the moon right now. Why? Because one, I have a cute mug, but two, I feel like this is probably one of the best drinks I've ever made. Oh my gosh, that tastes so good. Wow. So if you clicked on this video, you know we're about to do another quarterly reset together, and these are like honestly one of my favorite videos to film, because if you watch some of my previous videos, you know I'm on a quest to get to my dream life, and these videos and these like just actions, like the whole idea of me checking in every quarter and making sure I'm aligning the things I'm doing with the life that I want is really, really important to me. And it's also exciting getting to see my progress, seeing where I can improve, just like feeling better. One probably obvious but hidden benefit of just constantly keeping track of everything, measuring everything, is that you actually get relieved every quarter because you realize what's not working. And I think we always think of improvement and getting better as something hard, but it can actually be a lot easier when you do things that are more aligned for you. So that's why I actually really look forward to these, and I realize it doesn't have to be that hard. Like there's something I'm missing to make it easier. So if you are also a dreamer trying to get to your dream life and just trying to change something, transition your life into something new, this is the place for you. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ify. I'm 27. I live in Dallas, Texas, and I am on a quest to get to my dream life. I make content here on YouTube about mindset, self-development, lifestyle, and giving you the reality and inside look into what it's like building my dream life, becoming a content creator and entrepreneur. I find that everybody shares their tips, their tricks, their mindsets, like when they've already made it. And my goal is to show the process while it's happening. And it can be very confusing. It can be all over the place, which is why these quarterly resets are so key, because it helps me understand what's going on. And I think when you make it, it's so hard to remember everything you did before. And I want to look back on this, and I hope that this can help you in your dream life if you have a similar goal. And I'm so excited to dive in today. I've got my perfect drink. I've got my ambiance here with the fire. It's fall. Like I'm so feeling the fall vibes right now. Q4 is probably one of my favorite quarters. And if you're new, we do everything in quarters, like quarterly everything, because I feel like it's the perfect amount of time to make a change, but it's not enough time to sit around. Like being a creator, being an entrepreneur is such a long game that you need little milestones to keep you in check. And if you're somebody who's like me, post-grad, you haven't been in school, or you work for yourself, there's no one else creating the structure but you. Like you have to create these structures for yourself, and that's what I find this quarterly planning helps me do. I have a quarterly planning PDF freebie if you want to do this along with me. It's under my company, Sans Raison. I will link the PDF in the description so you can check it out and write your own goals, how you see yourself changing by the end of Q4. So today we're gonna kind of go through my Q3 reflections. Tomorrow I'll get more into the Q4 planning based on the reflections I've made today. And then throughout the week, I'm also gonna work on putting that into my calendar, like making sure everything that I've set are my goals are matching up with what I do every single day, hour by hour. And then we'll top it off like we always do with a vision board. I make a vision board for every quarter that basically helps me envision everything I said is gonna happen and see how it would look in my real life. So I don't really go for like the fancy cars, the crazy trips or anything. It's really just making a vision board that embodies a feeling I want to feel. And before we dive into all of that, I really want to set the mood. In addition to my ambiance and my decaf espresso, I'm going to take a shot of Magic Mind. These are mental performance shots. I've been drinking these for about a week now, and I have really felt this level of calm that I have never had before. It has so many good ingredients, and I feel like it's really natural. I'm typically not a huge fan of like super caffeinated things things like energy drinks. They don't really tend to work on me. So I'm really excited that I found something that almost feels like a health shot. Like I take ginger shots a lot. I do a lot of shots with like fruits and vegetables, and this just feels one that's like meant for your calm and your focus. I personally find these really valuable for my sleep and feeling relaxed. It has ashwagandha, L-theanine, turmeric, which like turmeric is so good. It's such a good ingredient. It has matcha, which I love because I'm trying to get into matcha as well. And then it has a lot of vitamins like vitamin B2, B3, B12, C and D. So this is just really good for immunity and really just good for your energy. I've truly been trialing these out, and I feel like the biggest difference I noticed for myself is how I feel rested. So Q3 was very busy for me. I had a lot going on, and I tried these almost a few weeks before the quarter was ending, and I had the most stressful week I feel like I've had all quarter. I actually filmed this in a vlog, and it was tough. And I think these were the only things not making me go insane. I don't know what it was. I just felt like insanely calm. It's not that the stress goes away by any means, but I feel like I'm able to manage it better. And I decided to start taking these before bed, and I feel like it was helping my sleep a lot so I could function for the day. So I think that's really important too, is like using this as a tool, as an aid instead of a replacement. It doesn't replace coffee. It doesn't replace your typical like caffeine. It's supposed to just be taken alongside it, but you can also mix it into your drinks or also just take it by itself. I typically don't find drinks like this taste very good, but this one actually tastes so good. It tastes like a matcha lemonade to me, and I personally do like things that taste a little bit healthier, but this one tastes pretty sweet. Like it's sweet, it tastes healthy. I feel like I'm getting my nutrients. I feel like I'm getting good vitamins, but it doesn't feel like something that's fake. And how I know it's natural is that it's been tested by real doctors, and some of the ingredients actually take like 3 to 4 days to fully like absorb in your body. And to me, that's a good indication of something that is natural, because the better things for you are the ones that are a bit more delayed. And I don't prefer something to be like an immediate spike in energy, because you will eventually crash. So I've been really liking these as like almost like a natural aid to helping my sleep, helping my calm, my energy, and my focus. I feel like they all stem from just feeling relaxed when you're not in this like fight or flight mode, when you don't let the stress get to you, and you take precautions like going to sleep on time, like taking supplements that actually help. And I think just being mindful what you consume, like literally like physically, mentally, and taking the right steps to set yourself up for success. And that's the only thing, I swear, that's been getting me through this process of starting my own business, starting my own communities, is being very intentional about what I take and what I consume, and knowing when to take them and how. If you use the code on the screen and the description box, Ifeoma20, Ifeoma 20, you'll get 48% off your first subscription for the next 10 days, or 20% off a one-time purchase. And let's take ours so we can get started. I shake it up a little and I just take it like a shot. Delicious. It's so good. I would drink this as a juice, literally. I want to give a little rundown into how my quarterly resets usually go. I kind of follow a similar process as you've probably seen from my previous videos or my past quarterly resets. I really like to get cozy and make this a fun experience, because like I mentioned, this is such a long game. If you don't have any kind of excitement or romanticization around your goals and reaching your goals and setting your goals, it's just gonna be like harder to motivate yourself to like review them, change them, think about them. Another thing I like to do, in addition to just making these every single quarter, is I really focus on the timing of the quarter. So at the end of each quarter, I take 1 week like off, or like an extended break. I don't really like do my schedule as intended. I kind of allow myself to have like a vacation. And this last week is really just meant for reflection, like reflecting on things, letting myself take a break. And one thing I think we do a little bit differently, or at least I really put this into my schedule, is the first week of each quarter is a trial week. I'm very particular on the timing of things and letting things marinate. I feel like people are kind of like, let me just set goals and just assume I'm going to automatically do them. Also, they set goals and assume that it's correct. Sometimes you have to feel things out, especially with routines and habits, before you know if it's right for you or not, and before you continue with it for 3 months. So every few weeks, my fiance and I, we do a bi-weekly check-in where we check in with each other on our goals, see how things are going, talk through ideas. Too good, y'all. Alrighty, I thought we would get so cozy here on the couch, and now we're calmed and relaxed. I'm just so excited to dig in to all of the lessons. So typically what I do every quarter is I go into my Notion and I track everything using my goals tracker. So we're gonna kind of run through like what the goals tracker includes, just in case you're interested if you wanted to create one for yourself. The first section of my goal tracker dashboard is really just outlining all of my goals. So like, what does every single goal entail? Like there's little arrows so you can press into it and get really specific on like what each goal looks like. And then as you can see on top, I have a vision statement, a future self vision statement. So to me, I think of everything in terms of like business, to be honest. So like a vision statement, a mission statement, like I feel like people, like individuals need this as well. Like it's not just for companies, because they basically just guide where you're going. Like, where's all this going? And I feel like a lot of times we make goals out of like, I want this because I saw it on TV, or I want this because this person has it, but we don't really know why we want it, and we don't know the direction in which we're going. We're just like accumulating all these random goals and we don't know where it's all like feeding into. And this coincides with the future self goal setting sheet. You start off by picking who the person is you want to be. So I'm a big fan of thinking of your future self as the guide, because a lot of times we're like, I don't know what I want to do with my life, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And I really think if you think about you 10, 20 years from now, you cut out all of the BS. You're like, what do I really want to be doing in life? Not what my friends are doing. So in the worksheet, you pick like the 3 aspects that your future self has that you feel like you can start working on today. Start using those as your goals for today, so you become that future version of yourself faster. So that's the whole idea. And then I also have a space for quarterly complaints, like things I complain about. I like using my complaints as a inspiration to change something for the next quarter. And then I'll have like new habit changes that go along with these complaints. And then I have a section here where I can check in. This is where I come when I do my bi-weekly check-ins with my fiance. I come in here and update all of these goals. So I'll click into them, write any notes. I am not gonna lie, I was pretty bad at that this quarter. I was just so overwhelmed. I had so much going on. I have a section to reflect on the quarter that I'm currently in, and that's what we're gonna go over right now. These are like honestly such great journal prompts for me, because they really help me think about the wins, the lows, the things I want to change, things I want to keep. Like it's such a good, I need to do this every quarter for sure. So instead of typing everything out into my Notion first, I decided to do it in a journal format, which I love, love, love. I love journaling. I did journal about my highlights, but if I were to say some big things that have changed from like just high level from last quarter to this quarter, is last quarter I was like, okay, I'm getting serious about my community and developing my audience. So I need to get better at everything. Like I need to get better at my content. It needs to be more strategic. It needs to be more aligned, because I need to start like calling people out, like start finding my audience. So that's why my goals had to do with like audience building, you know, making high quality YouTube videos, testing on TikTok, like starting to do series on TikTok. I did a ton of research for my brand Sans Raison, and while I launched it in March and had a fun time building it, I didn't feel like it was solving a specific problem. So that's why I really wanted in Q3 to start researching the customer. Like I just knew that I wanted to help people get to their dream life, start living intentionally, start living fully, but I wanted a specific problem to solve. Ironically, but probably unironically, one of my videos on YouTube started doing really well, and I've been noticing that everybody's dealing with this issue of like leaving their job, knowing how to leave, when to leave, because they're just not happy and they're not living fully. And I thought like, this makes so much sense, because this is my first step in like starting my dream life, was leaving a company that didn't feel aligned to me. And it dawned on me after like almost like interviewing at the same time, because I was doing all of this in Q3 plus interviewing for jobs to reach my 13K funding to pay my tax bill. I really didn't love the idea of going back to work. I felt like it was gonna be a distraction for my business, for my content, and juggling everything would be very difficult. But part of me was like, I think I can handle this, and I just need to find work that feels more aligned than not. I had to like pitch myself, and I had to sell myself and sell what I've been doing over the past year and a half. And I was like, you know what? I'm qualified enough to sell something. I'm qualified enough to make a product and start a business. And that's what dawned on me with the video doing well, and me just like getting messages from people about how I help them, and realizing how much quitting your job is such a fundamental part of getting towards your dream life. I was like, I think I can make a resource about this. Like there's so many people who need just a listening ear, a roadmap, a guide, and I think I can do this. I'm simultaneously reading $1 Million Weekend, this book by Noah Kagan that really helps you validate your business idea. And I was like out there in the field. I was just messaging people, asking them what they thought about this pitch or this idea I had. I hadn't even created anything, and I feel people need this. This is the most signal I've ever gotten in my business journey. Even though I didn't hit my goal of like 13K in funding, I found a way to extend my tax bill, so that's been pretty nice. I don't have to pay the 13K upfront, and I was able to get an influx of clients. I was doing a lot of applying. I wasn't seeing anything until I was, and then pretty quickly I started to get work, and I got a recurring client. and then I had a bunch of like one-off consulting calls, and then I started to get a bunch of UGC deals, which is stuff that I wanted months ago. So they all came in at once. So I've been really, really busy trying to manage that. I was really excited that I got to 200 subscribers on my newsletter. That was a goal of mine. I got to 3K on YouTube, which is huge. And then I finally got to 9K on TikTok. And I've been at a standstill on TikTok, so this is a big deal. So I really feel like that first goal of perhaps like building an engaged community has been going up, not just because the followers, but genuinely people are commenting. I feel like the series are starting to hit. I'm starting to give value. That was one thing I felt pretty insecure about because I didn't know what I could deliver for people. My podcast got to 400 subscribers and we have our first sponsor on there, Riverside, and my channel had its first biggest sponsor, Riverside. I would just say like monetarily. I almost made $2,000 in UGC deals, and I got a lot of gifting this quarter, which I didn't expect. I think all of the UGC reach outs from previous months all like racked in now. What are some things you've learned? First and foremost, just back to this product and the validating idea, just validate as soon as possible. Like stop trying to build everything. Stop trying to build the whole website, build the whole product. Stop trying to make everything right. Like literally build with people. $1 Million Weekend really just like opened my eyes to the idea of like selling an idea first. That's what pre-selling is. Ask people, like talk to them. Like it's business comes down to the really basic fundamental things. And if you guys want more info on that, I could talk about that forever. I've talked about it a lot on my podcast, so let me know. And then I feel like this quarter started to hit home that like this venture I'm going on, creating my dream life, is no longer just a side thing. Like it is 24/7. It is my life now. We are one. And I want to leave behind, I kind of wrote down here that I want to leave behind part-time work and jobs. Also, I feel like I want to leave behind like distractions. As a content creator, you get a lot of like opportunities or brand deals or things coming your way, and I really want to choose the ones that are extremely aligned and not waste any time on things that are not. So that is everything from Q3 and all the things I want to take into Q4. Right. Oh my gosh. Hi guys. It is like 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to a coffee shop, and you're probably wondering why so late in the day. I had a lot of client work to turn in, which was kind of like I just needed to get it done because I just felt like I was procrastinating on it, and I feel like I can't like really focus or think clearly when I have like other things that need to be turned in. So I turned in a lot of stuff, and now I'm finally gonna go to a coffee shop and start working on my stuff for the brand, my content that's due. I don't even know if I'll get to editing, but I really just want to focus on my product, like how to quit your job in 90 days or less product. I have a lot of emails to respond to. I need to start doing some thinking through outlining for my coaching. I have a coaching call tomorrow about this, like somebody who's going through the program with me right now. I just need a new scenery. It's been a while since I've like gone to a coffee shop. Like I do this religiously every week because it does like boost my productivity like crazy, and I feel like I just haven't been going. One, because it's my vacation week, and two, I think I've been trying to figure out how to balance client work with everything going on at the coffee shop. One of the things I also want to do is work on my goals. So as you saw yesterday, I reflected on some of them. Today we're gonna start like drafting ideas, and then tomorrow I'll kind of refine these ideas and put them into my calendar, or see how that changes my calendar. Yeah, I'm really excited to do that. Just like go have like a night, like a cozy night coffee shop vibe, and then I have singing lessons later. Anyway, let's go to the coffee shop. I'll take you guys with me, and let's get some work done, and let's get some goal planning done. Wow, it's been a minute. It is October 14th. I am sitting at my computer. I am reviewing some of my goals. I put them down. Even though we're well into the start of the quarter, I just always like to be prepared. Like even if I'm gonna be late, like I just might as well have it done right. And so I wanted to give you guys a little update because from the last time I filmed, I really had this plan. Like every single day I was just gonna walk you through, one, me talking about my reflections, two, me putting all my goals down on paper, and then putting this into my calendar, and then showing my vision board. So while I have been just working on my goals just like off camera, I guess offline, whatever, generally there's just like more happening right now, and I was debating on like what to show and like how to show it, because I feel like this is very real, so I think it's important, but also like it didn't match like the perfect like outline I had for my goals and like how my quarters are going perfectly. Like it doesn't usually happen that way, and I just like to show the reality more than the perfection, even though, you know, planning and getting ready for the next month or the next quarter is like this perfectly curated thing, and you want it to be perfect because that's like part of the excitement, I think. But the reality is the past few weeks I have been, I don't want to say severely, but I have been extremely burnt out. I think it's hard to recognize now that I'm doing something I enjoy. I took on a lot of projects from Q3, and I might have mentioned this in my reflection, but I just feel like going into this new quarter, I want to be just really focused on my stuff, and I don't want to have any clients. I don't want to have anything that's distracting me from either like what my goals are literally going to be about, like me being a profitable entrepreneur and creating content. Like those have been the goal from day one, and I feel like maybe just trying to like figure out how to afford my life and pay my tax bill, if you know the whole tax bill drama, which eventually got solved. I feel like even though the work, which I'm grateful for, has allowed me to pay for, you know, the last few months and probably a little bit of the next month, I do just feel like I have gotten distance from, you know, my product development and my content, and I just want to focus on that again, because that's what brings me the happiness and the joy of this job. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that like I have not been filming. I was planning on filming a lot, but I was just so overwhelmed. Like every single day I was overwhelmed, and you guys are getting like a real-time update. I am basically by the end of this month going to be phasing out all my work. And there's like deadlines every day, and yeah, I just don't know if I can do it anymore. I do think I can keep on like UGC work, because to me it's like another version of just like content, which feels like it's already in my flow. Like my schedule is optimized for my flow, and I feel like creating content is already a part of that flow. I will say the consulting, like content strategy consulting, and having like part-time clients, like where I basically am like checking in every week, like it's kind of like a job, but it's just like a part-time job. That has been out of flow, I think, personally for me right now. I don't think there's anything wrong with this work. I think it's actually fabulous. Like this is the work I think I wish I would have had a year ago when I wanted to do consulting like full-time, and I wanted to be a consultant. And it took me literally this past week to just like surrender and just be like, it's not happening the way you wanted to, so just pivot and stop trying to overwhelm yourself. And I just had to kind of surrender and be like, it's better that I rest. So starting November 1, I'm like ready to go. So there's always uncertainty with it. I still don't know if any of this is gonna work, but I just have to make it work, because I am just realizing I just can't work for people. Like I don't know what's wrong with me. Like I can, like that's not to say that I can't do it. Like I can do it. I think I get too invested in it, and I end up like not doing my stuff, and that's what I can't do. I can't have my stuff just like be on the wayside. I did that for way too long. So anyway, I'll shut up now and finish my stuff, and then we'll talk tomorrow. Hey guys, I just watched my old reset and I realized like I just always come in like a week later with the same line, hey guys, and you already know something was delayed, okay? But before I continue, I'm gonna get my noodles because I am starving. Noodles have been secured. Let's talk Q4 goals. What I finally came up with after like literally weeks. It's like the end of October, but again, done is better than perfect. And I'm actually starting to feel a little bit more positive. I did have an original set of goals that I talked about last time in my last clips, but I actually went ahead and changed that last night. We just got back from a little weekend trip to Houston with my parents, and then Shahin and I like solidified our Q4 goals together, because he also was kind of in this like limbo of like not having goals. And I actually went ahead and changed mine. So I'm gonna give you an update. the way I had to scarf down those noodles, I didn't even have time to chat. I have them all here on my Notion sheet on my iPad, and I'll put them on the screen so you can see exactly what I wrote down. I ended up with my vision statement being, by the end of Q4, I want to be someone who can confidently create content and product that solves a pain point for my audience. Because I split it into three. I had like, I know I want to solve a pain point for my audience and like be profitable in some sense by solving a pain point. I really want to make high quality content that solves problems for my audience. And then I also want to feel confident in myself and feel like beautiful. And this is something that has been like on the back burner because I haven't had the income that I typically have, but I'm on a quest. I don't know if I really like talked about it, to just kind of feel good with how I look. I felt like that sentence kind of packaged all of them up instead of saying it separately. My first goal is to find a profitable pain point. To me, this is like going hand in hand with being a very skilled creator. Shaheen and I have been talking about how like content has kind of been like guesswork for us the past few years, where it's like we have an idea, like we're developing a little bit of taste of what we like, but we're not sure what will go viral. What are the components to viral and align, not just viral, like viral and aligned content with my audience. And I feel like when you talk about pain points, when you give value, when you like give everything you have, you tend to just get more of that sticky content. So that's what I plan to do on TikTok with my series. I'm also doing the same series on here, the Dream Life Diaries, where I show like more of my vlog behind the scenes type content, and then my behind the dreams, where I like break down educational topics like how to actually start an LLC, how to build a website, like how to create content, like how to freelance, like all these like practical things. So my personal account, I kind of want to just post a little bit. On my Son account, I want to go ham because people tend to like move, like I have like literally 150 followers, but people tend to like sign up when I say sign up, or like follow when I say follow. Like it gives me a place to sell. So I'm excited to do that there. I really want this quarter to be like content season, like go ham on my content strategy. This weekend I'm gonna put together a audit for myself so that like I am coming in speaking to 3 of my personas, basically my audience. That's it. Second goal is to learn product development. I know I've been putting out stuff, but this time I really want to come in with the intent of like validating the product really fast. So I hope to do that kind of with the content as well, by bringing people into my newsletter, into my Slack community. If it's validated within the group, I can kind of like bring it to market, if you will. I want to do something around freelance. I'll see how that goes. Maybe something around content creation. And then I've been having this daily dream journal, which is like a journal I wish kind of existed for myself. Like that has helped me this whole year, like get to my dream life. I kind of want to test this. This one hasn't been asked for. The other two, like people have like subtly asked for it in ways, like no one's asked for this daily dream journal, but I don't know, I feel like it'll really help people in this community. Then my last goal is to really feel like confident and radiant in myself. This is really about my insecurities, and just I feel like if I take care of myself, I'll feel better. And one thing I really haven't done, because a few of these I've been doing like working out consistently. You know, I'll have like days where I do my masks, and I've been doing my hair more, like weekly oiling and detangling and conditioning. But I think the biggest change here will be kind of like journaling out the problem, like seeing where the trauma or these like beliefs come from and like literally changing them. The last part of this is just like business education, like feeling confident, like knowing how to sell a product, knowing what to do, the whole process. So Grace Beverly came out with a course that I bought, and I'm really excited to just like start digging into that every single week. Within each arrow, there's more like details so I can track this on a day-to-day. I haven't put this into my calendar yet, but I will closer to the end of the month, since I will technically be starting this in November. And then last but not least, I have my vision board down here. I used to put pictures within this like tracker, this check-in tracker, but it was like too much, so I just put my vision board here, and I really love the vision board. It feels so wholesome. I want to be doing a lot of content. I want to be like kind of getting more picky about my style and how I look and things like that. Even though I only have 2 months to really accomplish this, I am looking forward to just having some more peace of mind, more time to myself, less clients, less chaos. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any thoughts or anything you're going through from your Q3 to Q4 transition. I'm going to head to a coffee shop and get some work done, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.